Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Summer. I talk a lot about e-readers and Kindles and my Kobo, and I also talk a lot about books. I do reading vlogs, things like that. So if that sounds good to you, please make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of the videos. And also, I've noticed that a lot of my subscribers are not seeing my videos in their little subscription box. So make sure you hit the little bell notification so you get notified when I post, because I don't know, I've heard other people on YouTube say that before, but I didn't know if it was actually true, but I have been seeing it happen. So I don't know what's going on, but click that little bell icon and then you'll be sure to see everything that I post. So I haven't done a recent reads in a little while, and I want to talk to you about all the books that I've been reading, but necessarily haven't put a vlog out for. And then a couple that I have put vlogs out for. Like there's a dedicated vlog that talks about Rebel Witch, and there is a dedicated vlog for Sunrise and the Reaping. So if you guys want to see those, I'll make sure I put them below. I am going to talk about them. And then I'm also going to talk about my books that I really feel like you guys should check out, as well as my TBR, although that might be a separate video because I have something very, very, very exciting that I just learned that I think I got tickets for. And that book, Secret Surprise, that I got tickets for is on my TBR. So we'll find out here shortly. And then you might have to just make sure that you're subscribed to make sure that you get that whole video. I am, as we speak, reading Fearless by Lauren Roberts. It's the third book in the Powerless series. Well, it's the fourth one if you count the novella. And I am filming a dedicated vlog for this one as well. So I've got a lot of things going on. And then I also have like a house hunting, apartment hunting vlog that I'm filming for one of my friends that is apartment hunting right now, and I just thought it would be fun for you guys to see. So we've also got that coming up as well. So lots of fun things. I just need to put them all together, and I wanted to put this video out because I feel like I haven't done a reading update in forever. So Fearless is what I'm reading right now. And since my last little recent reads video, I don't think I've talked about Rebel Witch, but I did give this one 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. This was the sequel to Heartless Hunter, and this one was just a lovely YA romantasy, and it really kind of reminded me of like Pirates of the Caribbean or Bridgerton or something like that. So if you're looking for something that's like a little bit less spicy, it still had some, like it still had romance for sure. It is very romance centered. There's lots of yearning, there's magic. It says at the top here, love has never been so deadly, but definitely read Heartless Hunter first and then get into Rebel Witch. This one was just so perfectly wrapped up. Like I wasn't sure when I got to like the last 100 pages, and also I highlighted so much in here. I didn't tab it, but I did highlight it. And then you can also see that I put a little dog ear thing on my favorite part, like my very favorite part. I put that on there just because I didn't want to lose it, and I didn't have any tabs with me when I was reading this, so that's kind of funny that I did that. But highly recommend Rebel Witch and Heartless Hunter. Let me know if you guys have read these and what you think for sure. The cover art is also gorgeous on these two, just absolutely fantastic. And the size, I don't know why, but it feels like they're making hardcovers a bit more accessible lately. Like, I don't know why. I think it was book of the month. I don't have anything against book of the month, but book of the month hardcovers are huge, and I think it was kind of making me freak out about hardcovers for a little bit. So there's Rebel Witch. And I also have, again, a dedicated vlog for Sunrise on the Reaping. If you didn't watch me brave the crazy weather for this one, then make sure you go watch that. I'll link both of those below because it was wild to try and get the physical copy of this one, because I've been trying to just read the books that I have in the format that I have, trying to save a little bit of money here, because I did tell my members this, but I don't think I've told you guys this, but I have actually 3 jobs. I have my 9-to-5, I have a side job, and then I have YouTube. And I would really like to put more into YouTube. So if you've noticed that the uploads have been a bit spotty, it's because I have so many jobs, and I also was a little bit ill there for a little bit. So I'm trying to actually leave that other job behind, the second side job, so that I can make YouTube my second job. So that's why I'm trying to save money on books and not buy crazy amounts of things. If you by any chance want to support me, I always just love, like, if you guys just watch the videos, you are supporting me. If you comment, you're supporting me. Just by being here, you are supporting me. But if you happen to like want to support me even more, you could become a member and see the videos early, get extra videos. I'm going to put way more effort into that if possible. And you can always do like a super thanks or something if you want to do like a one-time type situation. So I just appreciate you guys so much. And I don't want to ask for anything, but I'm just being going to be super transparent with you that I'm trying to buy the books in the format that I have them in to just try and save money. So that way I can spend more time on this and not have to have 3 jobs, because I love that other job, but it's becoming just untenable at this point to have 3. So these tabs I'm obsessed with. I want to tab more books, but I did an Instagram poll for Fearless, and I asked you guys on Instagram, I was like, what format do you want to see it in? And most people voted for Kindle. So I don't know if you guys want to see hardcover or if you want to see Kindle on the colorsoft, things like that. So maybe let me know below what your preferred format is to see in vlogs, or if you don't have a preference, let me know that as well, just so I can kind of see what you guys want to see. But there's just something so satisfying. As much as I love my e-readers, there's something so satisfying about having all the tabs. And I think what I tabbed in here is the yellow, it was like important plot points, and then the purple was connections to the other Hunger Games books. I think that's what I did. So that was so much fun. And then I also dog-eared my 2 favorite things in there as well. So that was Sunrise on the Reaping. I loved how Suzanne Collins gave us so many Easter eggs, and like we had so many things that were put together. Like this was a missing puzzle piece for sure. I really hope she does a Finnick book, because that would just make my entire life. Finnick is one of my very favorite characters. I don't know if she's going to do it or not, but I hope she does, because he is one of my favorite characters. I think it would also be really cool if she did a book for Mags or someone else as well. They're going to have a movie that comes out for this, I think like in November of 2026 or something, and I think they're doing the casting, so that'll be really fun for us all to get to have another Hunger Games movie to see. So let me know what you guys thought of Sunrise on the Reaping if you have read that already as well. Okay, so now let's get down to some of the Kindle books that I read but didn't necessarily talk about in vlogs. The first book that I want to talk about, not necessarily in the order of in which I read them, but Enchantra by Kaylee Smith is the sequel to Phantasma. And this one is a dark romance. It's very gothic. It's so atmospheric. It is very dark and it is very spicy. So if those things sound good to you, then you would absolutely love Enchantra and Phantasma. You can read them alone because they're like a series of interconnected standalones, but you definitely, like, it makes more sense if you read Phantasma first. So I would read Phantasma. They're both on Kindle Unlimited, I believe. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, then go check those out. And they're also great with the audio. I had the audio arc and I loved it so much that I purchased an actual copy of the book to have it. Purchased, I say, as like the Amazon digital rights thing is, I can't even get into it. I'm just going to pretend like it's mine and hopefully they don't ever remove it. I don't know. If you want to see my video on that, I'll link that below too, because that's a whole other situation that has been going on. But this one, I loved Phantasma, the first book, for so many reasons. It had representation of anxiety and OCD that were represented in a really cool way. And then Enchantra talked about a lot of other insecurities and maybe some mental health things as well in their own ways. And I absolutely loved it. And if you've seen the movie Ready or Not, this reminds me so much of Ready or Not. And Kaylee Smith, in a recent Instagram post, actually said that this book is her homage to Ready or Not and also Labyrinth, and it fits both of those things perfectly. The next book that I read was a nonfiction arc, and it was How to Sleep Like a Caveman. And I have a lot of insomnia issues, so this one was really good. And I'm going to have to go back and read it in different parts just because I read it all and I feel like I processed it, but I feel like I would want to read it again. It was that good that it just helped me. It was almost like one of those things that I would save this to read at night before I was trying to go to bed, but then it would tell me different things that I should be doing that like don't involve looking at a screen before you go to sleep, which, I mean, I don't know. Give this video a like if you're someone who looks at a screen at any point in the hour before bed, because I think that's all of us, right? So it's hard to not look at a screen. I know that we can have these and everything, but then you're still light. I don't know. It's easier when this has like the warm light settings on it and things like that. But this was really cool just to get different sleep tips and it made me feel not so alone is really what it did. And I really enjoyed it. So this one I also gave 5 stars. And by the way, if you're not following me on Goodreads, I'll link my Goodreads and my Instagram and my TikTok. I'll link all those things below because I know that I do like a YouTube wrap up every once in a while. Ideally would like to do one every month, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. So if you want to see what I'm reading in the moment, you can follow my Goodreads and see whenever I post a review, because I try to post those reviews, especially ones that I get from NetGalley, pretty much immediately, just so that people can put them on their TBR for when the book comes out. So actually, I don't know when this one comes out, but you guys can look it up, and I will link all of these that I'm talking about below in case you would like to check them out. The next one that I want to tell you about is called Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen, and this one was incredible. This one was like a woven historical magic saga. It was amazing. Her writing is really, really, really good. I love Laura Stephen's writing. She actually has another one coming out really soon called Silver Cloak, but it's under LK Stephen, I think. And this one was about 2 souls, I don't want to give anything away, where it says they've loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes. They've killed each other in everyone. So before they turn 18, they have to find each other and then kill the other person before they turn 18. Like they have this curse put upon them. There's this really intense prologue where it talks about it. And right here it says impossible to put down. And truly it was I was so enraptured because each new chapter is like a new lifetime that they're in. And you have to guess, and like they're meeting these other people, they have things going on in their lives, and then you find out if they find each other and how they find each other. And the way that this ends is insane. I feel like I need to read it again because I was reading so fast that I just had to keep going. Do you know what I mean when that happens, where you're like, I have to know what happens? That I feel like I probably missed out on some details, but the audio for this one is also really good, and I'm just excited for you guys to read it. So if anyone has this on their TBR, move it up because it was absolutely fantastic. And I feel like I haven't heard that many people talking about it. Like I feel like I heard people talking about it on release day. So it's out now. And again, I'll link all these below, but I want people to talk about this one with. So if you've read this one, please comment below. Let me know what you thought, and maybe message me on Instagram or something because I need to know what other people thought. And I might just go read the Goodreads reviews, spoilers and all, just because I need to talk to people about it. Like I need to hear other people's thoughts. Okay, this one was really interesting. This one's called The Radiant King, and I think it's David Dalglish, as I feel like I'm saying it right. This one reminded me a bit of Stardust. It's like a bunch of siblings who are vying for the throne, and there's a really cool magic system where they have to, oh my gosh, how do I say this without giving it away? They're all so complicated. Like all of these characters are so flawed, and they want the throne for the power or different reasons. And it's kind of like they all have to, oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about Enchantra, what Enchantra is about, because there's actually a little bit of a similarity with all the siblings in Enchantra. I'm just now realizing that. Anyway, going back to Enchantra just slightly, it's about like a game where these siblings have to play and like one of them can win. And this one is like a fantasy version of that. It's definitely high fantasy. And there's this power called Radiance, and they have to figure out how to use it and like who is going to be the ruler of this kingdom. And it says blood is thicker than water, but is it? So this one's really good if you're looking for like a really good fantasy book. This one's published by Orbit, and I don't know what Orbit puts in their books in their water, but Orbit just always picks up the best ones. Like I feel like I have not had one from Orbit that is not a 5-star. So this one, I just can't spoil it for you. It took forever to get through, but it was so worth it. The world building was fantastic, and the ending was insane. So let me know if you've read this one or if you might pick this one up, because this one was really, really good. Okay, I also have a couple, The Mortal Queen and The Rose Bargain. I got both of those as ARCs, and then these are like the regular copies, so I know it doesn't look like I've read through them, but it's because these actually have the covers on them. They were both really good, like fae fantasy. So if you're looking for something that's kind of like ACOTAR or Throne of Glass or something like that, The Mortal Queen is on Kindle Unlimited, and I think there are 2 out right now, and then there's a third one It's by Ashley Metzler, and that one's really, really good. And I think that the Rose Bargain is actually going to be huge. I think the Mortal Queen might be as well. We'll find out. I feel like I could talk more about those. I feel like I vlogged some of those clips, so I'll have to find some of them and see if I can insert them in my new reading vlog, but those were really good. And then also you can see on here that I have The Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen. That one's an ARC, and that's a spoiler. That one is on my TBR. It's pretty high on my TBR too, because one of my friends actually texted me and said they loved Stacey McEwen's social media, and I just love it when I get to see the author's personalities as well. So I'm definitely moving that one up on my TBR. It's a little spoiler for the TBR video. And then I also finished An Outcast Mage, which was also a big fantasy book, and you can see that I got the ARC, but then I also purchased it because I just loved it. That one reminded me, I really have nothing to compare it to. It was about this mage who didn't have powers, but she was surrounded by all these people at university who had powers. She was kind of an outcast, like she was gonna have to be exiled because she didn't have powers, but like she couldn't, there was nowhere for her to go. And I really don't want to spoil anything with that. It was like a dual perspective, and one of the perspectives though was kind of from a politician's perspective, and it reminded me a bit of Star Wars, like episode 2 specifically, where Padme is dealing with the Senate, things like that. So I don't know, that one was it did remind me a bit of Star Wars, but in a more magical sense, a little bit less sci-fi, a little more magical. And then I also read Made for Each Other by Lynn Painter. And this one, I love Lynn Painter. I just love everything that she writes because it's so funny. They're so easy to read. She has great humor. And this one is just like, if you're looking for a rom-com, Made for Each Other is great. She is like a maid who falls in love with a millionaire, or is he a billionaire? I can't remember. But it's just so good. It's one of those where it's kind of cliche, but you love it, and it's fun. So those are the books that I read recently. I don't think I'm forgetting any. I hope that maybe gave you some really good suggestions. I tried to talk fast because I know these videos can get kind of long-winded. If you have any books that you would love to tell me about or that you have been loving recently, please let me know what you're reading in the comments. Let me know if you plan to put any of these on your TBR, or if you've already read them and maybe you want to add them to your TBR. Let me know. And also, again, let me know what kind of version you would like to see in reading vlogs, whether you want to see kind of annotations with highlights or the hardcovers. Sometimes there's just something about having the book, or if you want to see it more on the colorsoft. So let me know, keep me updated. And I am going to actually, right after I finish this video in just a second, I'm going to film a little TBR for the next month or so. And then I am just got a notification as I was filming this that I think I got tickets to that event. So I will get to take you guys. We'll do a combination of not only the TBR video, and then I'll take you guys to the top secret event that I get to go to. And yeah, so you'll have to subscribe. You'll have to come back and make sure those notifications are turned on to make sure you see that next video. So let me know how you guys are doing. I always love hearing from you, and I always love responding to comments. If you made it this far in the video, our secret little symbol is going to be, what should it be? I think let's do a butterfly or a moth for Crimson Moth and Rebel Witch. It's part of the series, the Crimson Moth. That's why I say that. So if you've made it this far, comment a little butterfly or a little moth. You can choose. I feel like I do suns all the time. I was going to do sunrise, like a sun for Sunrise on the Reaping, but I always do suns because my name is Summer. So let's do something a little different. And that's our little secret. If you haven't left a comment yet, leave me a little butterfly or a moth. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.